Alright, Khan. Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakwadash. That belongs to the Apostle of the great millstone, and supposed to answer you guys at that preach this word, certain truth. Alright, come to another lesson. Basically, this is, overall, this is basically going to be the famine of the word, man. Famine of the word is coming. Alright, they're starting to shut this guy up, Alex Jones. Alright, because he was basically saying that the hook, the hook, the shooting at the hook, was all fake, and it was crisis actors. All right, and basically they're suing this man for $45 million. Okay, and this is just a start, because this guy is Alex Jones. He was, he was an alternative, news guy. He was basically pointing out the, doing stories on how fake the news is, fake news. That's what Trump said, fake news. I believe he was talking about the globalists, the elites, which the same thing we talk about, starting with the apostles on down, because the scriptures talk about Esau, Edom being the wicked, and also the Most High gave Esau, Edom the world, Job 9:24, the wicked. All right, the wicked is ruling the earth, which the wicked is Esau, but the top wicked, that's really ruling everything, as the elite bankers, which Alex Jones called them the globalists. All right, but anyway, they came down on this dude, and also they went. The FBI went to, I believe, Donald Trump, one of Donald Trump's residences. All right, and raided his residence, because Donald Trump, when he was in office, he basically was, saying news was fake. He was telling, getting on the leftists, the Democrats and all of that. He didn't have a filter, and that's what the elites want. They want you to filter your mouth, your thoughts. Okay? You want to filter your thoughts and have you think like them, all right? Which is that whole liberal, wicked, mindset. But anyway, I'm gonna read some of this because I got 15 minutes on the video. I'm gonna read some of this, and I'm gonna grab a few scriptures. All right, basically getting the family of the word, because it's starting right now with these guys, Alex Jones, Donald Trump. They trying, they basically shutting them up. All right. So as I'm gonna continue, as is so often the case, concocted by cable news cycle, the stories that, because the mainstream news is owned by the elite bankers, all right? The elite bankers give the go-ahead of what to release out in the news. The stories that get the most attention are used to veil an audience from examining underlying issues, which would enable them to have more thorough understanding of how events have come to unfold. The FBI raid Mar-a-Lago on Monday certainly will represent the most attention-grabbing story as far as the general public is concerned. For those on the right, it represents another instance of selection action taken against those of political fringe through the political weaponization of federal law enforcement agencies. For the left, the raid represents the latest carrot being dangled before them following multiple failed attempts to remove Trump from office and prevent him from holding the presidency ever again. In either instance, the ramifications of the FBI raid will be even more incendiary as its innately binary outcome will ultimately serve to affirm one position over another. As things stand now, not much has been revealed as to the basis behind the FBI raid. No details on Warren have come to light. However, usual suspects are utterly apparent despite their relative obscurity. Current speculation is aimed at the show trial that is the January 6th committee and charges against Trump it as alleged, namely obstruction of official proceedings and conspiracy to defraud the United States. A January 6th committee never shies away from putting a political spectacle center stage. A recent development, what arguably one of the biggest news stories that broken in days FBI raid, has been treated much surreptitiously be the Liz Cheney led neocon neo-lib farce. Okay, last week a jury rendered a verdict against alternative news. See that? Host Alex Jones. The judgment was a culmination of one of many civil cases brought against the InfoWars founder, allegedly defamation against families whose children were killed. 2012 Sandy Hook elementary school shooting. The jury ordered Jones to pay $49.4 million to the family of victims. Jesse Heslin, 4.1 being compensatory damages, remaining 45.2 million being punitive in nature. You basically get the point if you've been following, the story Alex Jones. Let me read this last one. The cost of the verdict may also prove to bring Jones' media empire to an end, silencing an outspoken dissident whose conspiracy theories constantly prove to be true. Conspiracy means conspire means con means with, aspire basically aspire means breath. Right? So they say this guy Alex Jones is a conspiracy theorist. Well, the Bible gets all in a conspiracy theories. It's not a theory; it's actually a conspiracy that the top of the leaders ruling the earth, and they're basically, trying to get that new world order fulfilled. All right. But as for the men of the Lord, Yahweh Shai is going to take us off these streets prophesying. All right. Soon enough. Amos 5:13. Therefore, the prudent, the wise, which is, the prophets. Therefore, the prudent shall keep silence in that time, for it is an evil time. So when the Lord starts bringing his judgment to the planet Earth, he's going to remove his prophets off the streets. No more preaching, no more teaching, no more prophesying. Right? And them just by, reprimanding and basically, destroying this guy Alex Jones. Then, going to Trump's residence, it's starting. Man. They're now enforcing it. Okay? They're now enforcing so-called free speech. They're attacking that. In Amos 8 and 8, actually, 8 and 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, thou wilt send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, which it is going to be a famine of bread or thirst for water, but this famine is talking about the hearing the word, all right, by the mouth of the prophets, right? But of hearing the words of the Lord. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north even to the east. Every week there's a lot of niggas now. so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, Israelites that pass us by. They walk past us, they don't pay us no attention. They don't even look in our direction. They don't inquire or ask questions of what's going on here. Nothing. They just walk by, drive by. Them gonna be the same niggas when all hell breaking loose. They gonna be the same niggas trying to find answers. Them guys was right here. Every Sunday I remember, or every Saturday I remember, they were right here. They're now gone. Why? Because the Lord took us off the streets. Because Esau Edom, he coming down on so-called free speech, man. Yeah. Which, Yahweh Shem Shah's word, that's really free speech. The Lord said the truth shall make you free. So that's really free speech. Verse 12, and they shall wander from sea to sea, from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. And that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst for this word. Okay? Because the truth is known as, the truth of the Holy Scriptures is known as water. Which I said, he that believeth on me, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. Okay? You on Yahweh Shem Yahshua. That's the water, man. I want to grab Ezekiel real quick. 15 minutes about to be up. Why I keep on saying I believe that's 2. No, maybe 3. Yeah. Ezekiel 3 and 20. 3 and 23. Then I arose and went forth into the plain, and beheld the glory of the Lord stood there as the glory which I saw by the river Chebar, and I fell on my face. Then the Spirit entered into me and set me upon my feet, and spake with me, and said unto me, Go, shut thyself within thy house. Be thou, O son of man, behold, because read the first 2 chapters of Ezekiel. He's going out preaching to Israelites, man. Hard-headed ass niggas, man. All right. So this chapter, the Lord is what? He's telling them to go in this house. All right. Verse 25, but thou, O son of man, behold, they shall put bands upon thee, and shall bind thee with them, and thou shalt not go among them. And I will take thy tongue, cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb. Dumb means not to speak, and not speaking. And shall not be to them a reprover. That's where we go out there on highways and byways to reprove, rebuke, all right, exhort with all long suffering. Prophesy. But they are a rebellious house, Israelites. Israel is a rebellious house. But when I speak with thee, I will open thy mouth, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, He that heareth, let him hear, and he that forbeareth, let him forbear, for they are a rebellious house. All right. So eventually the Lord's going to make us dumb. Okay. The Lord's going to have us not go out speaking anymore. Okay. And that's when the Lord going to start judging. All right. Putting these niggas to death. All right. So that's pretty much all I got. Shalom.